Connor's with us today to talk about their trip for Northwestern versus Iowa. Welcome on in. You want to do a tag team? One can hold the microphone, the other one can answer.
Okay.
All righty. All right, so
it'll be clear.
Welcome on in. As some people in here may know, you were a team host for Iowa recently. Can you talk a little bit about the benefits of scouting a team that you were recently a team host for?
We always try to go to the team location where we just recently hosted. You know, we kind of rekindle all those relationships and you know, kind of get the fans' take on how they enjoyed the bowl and that kind of thing. This one was incredible because we had a wonderful time hosting this team, and then you know they basically hosted us in a huge way. We were joined by Susan Fortini and her husband William from the staff, which was really great. And I think that probably gave a little bit of extra clout and maybe some access based on some of the things that she was able to you know, get invited to. But we went to the President's Tailgate ahead of time at the Football Performance Center, which is just right across the parking lot. Pretty new. I think they just started to have the tailgates indoors. They had a huge recruiting event on one side and then this massive President's Tailgate on the other side. And President Barb Wilson, she actually, during her public comments to everybody, she mentioned us by name, you know, as the Citrus Bowl Scouts, and how we hosted them, talked, you know, to us personally, and then to basically the whole crowd and everybody about the hospitality that they received.
That's awesome. That's a nice shout out. So we saw a little bit in the video that you had on here. You guys got to participate in the Iowa Wave. Could you talk a little bit about that, the experience, what that felt like being on the field and taking place?
It was incredible. So we had press passes, which you don't get on the field. You get on the field post game and pre-game, not any other time. But Liz from the president's office, who's pictured there with us, she's came up. She goes, "You can't be up in the boxes. You have to be on the field. So meet at this time at this place." So we got escorted down onto the field with about 7 minutes left in the first quarter. And I was crying. I brought I said, "I need you to take me there and I need a tissue." So sure enough, the girl, I think her name was Lindsay, they pick a team captain from one of the children in the hospital. And her song was Roar by Katy Perry. And oh my God, I'll cry just talking about it. It was incredible. So it was a great experience. That was the highlight of the game, actually, for me, besides meeting these wonderful people.
That's amazing. Yeah, definitely on my bucket list, something I want to check out for sure. You also, I laughed when I was reading your road report. I felt guilty, but I was laughing pretty hard. Something very interesting happened to you on the sidelines when you were at the game. Could you tell us what happened?
I'll let Pat tell you.
Right. So it was about 4 minutes left in the second quarter. We spent the entire second quarter on the field. They did this really awesome military tribute to a naval aviator from Vietnam. And so then I was, you know, in the red zone, and we're right there basically at the goal line. Now, I just had shoulder surgery on my left shoulder 3 weeks ago. And I was kind of nervous about even going on the trip. And I'm not wearing my sling, as you can tell. And I did not wear my sling that day because, you know, that's just the pain, right? But we were just talking that as, you know, Petrus was charging down, you know, that you got to be careful because you were kind of backing up, making sure that I wasn't going to get, you know, hit. So they were coming this way. And so I was kind of leaning over this way. And we're both filming, right? So from our perspective, and I'm kind of trying to film and look at where the end zone where it's going to go. And then the person next to me, Petrus, by the way, is in the Big Ten. He's the QBR. His rating is the worst in the Big Ten. He's 119 out of 126 in all conferences with a whopping 26.8. So, you know, maybe he has some accuracy problems, but I will tell you, he throws a really, really tight spiral, and it was an incomplete pass, and it hit the guy next to me. So like, we were just talking about not getting hit because I had shoulder surgery, and then like idiots, we're over there both filming, not really paying attention. And it went right in between everybody, right between the ESPN guys, and hit Karren directly.
Well, I'll tell you, it was below the belly button. So my childbearing years are over. Well, they were over before that, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I'm good. Didn't leave a mark, but it was pretty exciting.
Yep. And if you don't believe them, we have video proof for you. So we'll go ahead and let
is
this
my
rip.
phone.
Oh.
I was back up. They let us in the president's box, and people were asking me if I needed a bag of peas.
That's too great. So sorry that happened to you, but I couldn't help but laughing.
Yeah, but we spent some time in the press box. Steve Rowe is the SID. He reached out to us on Tuesday prior. So the communication was fantastic, and I think he does it via Smartsheet. So anybody that's in the press box, he sends a note to. He gives him his personal cell number, so you can text him during your trip. We met him up in the press box. We had a conversation with Barb Wilson in the president's box, as you saw there on the bottom left of that picture. We met Gary Barta. He's the athletic director on the field. And we rekindled with the director of football operations, and everybody from the IT guy to the CFO, everybody that we had hosted, and they were all very, very complimentary. They had a really big recruiting weekend there. It was homecoming weekend, as well as this giant group of recruits. And so they got to see a great game. The weather, I was worried about week 9 in Iowa, a little thin-blooded, didn't know what to expect, but it was like beautiful. You saw probably about 65
nice.
and sunny. It was just a wonderful trip all around. Susan, right? Yep.
Woo. Well, thank you both so much. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you, guys. And I'll go ahead and turn things over to Sam. Oh. Yeah.
It's funny the second time.